Welcome back to another episode of AI Signal and Noise. It is Friday, and oh my god, dude, we have some absolutely wild stories to get into today. The whole landscape is shifting so fast.
Happy Friday, everyone. Yes, Taylor, things are moving rapidly, but today we actually have some fascinating, grounded reality checks mixed in with the usual hype. It is definitely not all smooth sailing.
Totally. We're looking at reality checks from the very top of Meta, plus some crazy new stats on AI taking over actual freelance jobs. Let's dive right into our first story of the day. Okay, so first up, I saw this super interesting report on TechCrunch this morning. Apparently, Mark Zuckerberg told his staff at Meta that AI agents aren't progressing as fast as he had hoped.
Wait, really? The guy who has been buying up hundreds of thousands of NVIDIA GPUs is saying things are slowing down? What exactly is the main roadblock they are hitting over at Meta?
Right? Like, he basically said at an internal meeting that getting these agents to actually execute complex, multi-step tasks reliably is way harder than they anticipated. It's not just about generating text anymore, dude.
Honestly, I'm not surprised at all. It's one thing for a chatbot to write a funny poem, but it's a whole different beast to have it manage your calendar, book flights, and make purchases securely.
Totally. But Meta is still pushing ahead hard. Zuck apparently told them they just need to grind through this current plateau. But it is crazy to hear him admit that it's tough, you know?
It is a massive reality check for the entire industry. If the company spending billions on open source llama models is hitting a wall, maybe the timeline for fully autonomous agents is further out.
I mean, maybe in the long term, but they are still investing like crazy. He just wants his team to realize it's a marathon, not a sprint. We can't expect miracles overnight, dude.
Which is a very healthy perspective, honestly. We need realistic expectations in this hype cycle. But speaking of AI agents actually doing real-world work, that leads us right into our next big story, doesn't it?
Oh, dude, yes. This next story completely blew my mind and kind of contradicts Zuck's whole agents are slow vibe. It is all about how much work they are already taking over right now.
All right, don't keep us waiting. What is this crazy statistic? Are we talking about actual paid freelance jobs being fully completed by AI agents now? Because that sounds like a game changer.
Yes. So according to this new Remote Labor Index report on the Decoder, AI agents can now complete 16% of freelance jobs at professional quality, like actual paid gigs for clients.
Hold on, 16%? That sounds like a really significant chunk of the market. But what was it before? Is this a sudden jump or just a gradual increase over the years?
Dude, it is a massive leap. Just 8 months ago, that number was sitting at only 2.5%. It literally more than quadrupled in less than a year. That is absolutely insane.
Wow. Okay, that is a staggering rate of improvement. But what kind of freelance jobs are we talking about here? Are these highly complex engineering tasks or just simple repetitive data entry?
It's a mix, but mostly things like software development, copywriting, and basic graphic design. The index tests them on real paid freelance tasks to see if they can deliver professional, client-ready work.
See, that is the analytical side of me kicking in. If 16% of these entry-level gigs are fully automated, what happens to the human freelancers who rely on them to build portfolios?
I know, right? It's kind of terrifying. Like, if you are a junior developer or a freelance copywriter just starting out, your entry-level market is basically evaporating right in front of you.
Exactly. It means humans have to quickly adapt and focus on much more complex, high-touch work. But the sheer speed of this transition is what's really worrying to me. It's happening so fast.
Totally. Going from 2.5 to 16% in 8 months is just nuts. Imagine where we'll be by next year. But wait, look at who is building these advanced tools.
Right, the tools themselves are getting crazy. I saw that Anthropic just dropped Claude 4, and they're doubling down on what they call computer use capabilities. What is new with that?
Oh, dude, it's so cool. They upgraded the model so it can literally take over your cursor, navigate websites, and handle complex, multi-tab workflows like a real human sitting at a desk.
Okay, but we've seen early demos of this computer use feature before, and it was pretty laggy and prone to getting stuck in loops. Did they actually make it reliable enough for business?
They claim they did. Apparently, the success rate for complex tasks went from like 50% to over 85%. It is still not perfect, but it's getting super close, dude.
85% is a big improvement, but in a professional business environment, a 15% failure rate can still cause absolute chaos. Imagine it deleting a database by mistake or something.
Oh man, that would be a total nightmare. Sorry, boss, Claude accidentally deleted our entire client list. But they actually built in some pretty heavy safety guardrails to prevent that.
Well, they definitely need to. I do think this kind of desktop control is the logical future of how we work, even if it feels a bit nerve-wracking to watch in real time.
Totally. It feels like we are moving away from just chatting with a box to actually letting the AI run the computer for us while we sit back and supervise the process.
It's a massive paradigm shift. And speaking of major shifts in how we use the internet, OpenAI is making some giant moves of their own this week with their search integration.
Oh, absolutely. OpenAI just announced they are deeply integrating advanced search and agentic capabilities directly into ChatGPT for all users. It's a game changer, dude. Seriously.
Wait, is this just an update to the Search GPT prototype they were testing earlier? Or is this a completely new feature rolling out to everyone's standard accounts?
It's the full rollout. But now, instead of just giving you a list of links, the agent can actually perform actions like booking flights or tracking prices for you in real time.
Interesting. So they are trying to bypass traditional search engines entirely by turning search into an active assistant, rather than just a directory of websites. That's a very bold move.
Exactly. Like, you can ask it to plan a whole weekend trip, and it will search the web, compare hotels, and even draft the reservation emails for you automatically. So easy.
That sounds incredibly convenient, but I have to ask about the publishers. Are they just scraping all this data without actually sending any traffic back to the original source websites?
That is the big debate right now. OpenAI says they have licensing partnerships with major publishers, but smaller independent blogs might get totally left in the dust, which really sucks.
That's a huge concern of mine. The entire web ecosystem relies on traffic for survival. If AI answers everything directly, the incentive to create new content might disappear entirely.
Dude, that is a really dark thought, but you're totally right. Hopefully they find a way to balance it out. Either way, the way we find information is changing forever.
It really is. We are living through this massive transition phase where the internet is becoming active rather than passive. It is wild to watch it unfold week by week.
Absolutely, dude. Well, that is all the mind-blowing AI news we have for you today. What an incredibly busy week it has been in tech.
It certainly has. Thanks for hanging out with us, everyone. We appreciate you tuning in to get the signal through the noise.
Have a great weekend, everyone. We will be back on Monday.